No food, no rent, no safety net. And instead of surviving, you spend it on a video. No guarantee, no backup, no plan B. Most people, they call it stupidity. But Jimmy Donaldson called it investment. This is the difference. Before the world knew him as Mr. Beast, he was nobody, just a kid in a dark room with a broken dream and an obsession that refused to die. No followers, no fame, no money. Just one question: how does a video go viral? And he chased that question like his life depended on it. While others were outside, living life, he was inside, losing his mind. 12 hours a day, every single day, no weekends, no holidays, just grind, just obsession, just war, for 1,000 days. Nothing happened, no views, no growth, no reward, just silence. Imagine that, working for years, and nobody cares. Nobody watches, nobody claps, nobody believes. That's where most people quit. That's where dreams die, but not him. He didn't want to play the game. He wanted to own it, so he went deeper. He found a few people just like him, hungry, obsessed, crazy enough to believe, and together they became monsters. They would sit for hours on calls, breaking down videos, frame by frame, second by second. They studied everything. Why do people click? Why do they stay? Why do they leave? This wasn't YouTube anymore. This was science. This was war. They weren't creators. They were engineers of attention. But here's the part that will break you. They did this for 5 years. No money, no fame, no results. 5 years of failure, 5 years of doubt, 5 years of being ignored. Can you handle that? Can you fail? For 1,800 days straight, just to win on day 1,801. Most of you can't, let's be honest. You quit after 10 days. You get tired after one bad week. You lose hope after 0 views. But he didn't, because his vision was bigger than his pain. He once said, "I just want to be the biggest YouTuber ever." And he meant it, not as a wish, but as a mission, a war, a promise to himself. Now listen carefully, because this is where everything changes. Success is not luck, it's math. And most of you are afraid of the numbers. You don't want to put in the hours. You don't want to take the hits. You don't want to suffer. But he did. He embraced it. He leaned into the pain. He became it. Let me show you something insane. There was a video where he sat and counted from 1 to 100,000. No cuts, no breaks, just counting, hour after hour. Your legs hurt, your voice breaks, your brain melts. At 10,000, you quit. At 50,000, you collapse. At 80,000, you lose your mind. But he didn't stop. He kept going because he understood something you don't. To reach the 1%, you must do what the 99% won't even try. That video wasn't just content. It was a declaration, a message. I'm different, and I'm not stopping. And guess what? The algorithm noticed. Finally, the silence broke, views exploded, the world woke up. Now here's where most people mess up. They get success, and they celebrate. They buy things, they show off, they waste it. But not him. Every dollar he made, he put it back into the next video, and the next and the next. While others were flexing, he was building. While others were relaxing, he was doubling down. He lived like he was broke, but thought like a king. He didn't chase money, he chased impact. He gave away thousands, then millions, to strangers. Why? Because he saw something deeper. He realized, the more I give, the more I grow. While you are busy chasing attention, he was building loyalty. While you are chasing likes, he was changing lives. This is the difference between average and legendary. Now ask yourself, are you working to look successful or to be successful? Because those are two different worlds. One is fake, the other is painful. One is quick, the other takes years. One feeds your ego, the other builds your legacy. And most of you chose ego, you chose comfort, you chose easy. That's why you're stuck. Now let's go deeper, let's go darker. There was a moment when he decided to test himself, not mentally, physically, emotionally, completely. He got buried, alive, inside a coffin, 6 feet underground, for 50 hours. Think about that. Darkness, silence, pressure. Your heart races, your mind panics, your body screams 5 minutes in. Most people break, but he stayed. Hours passed, then more. No escape, no light, just him and his mind. Why would anyone do that? For views? No. For growth? For proof? That limits our illusions. He wasn't chasing fame. He was building a mindset that doesn't break, that doesn't quit, that doesn't fear, and that is the beast mindset. Now understand this clearly. Even today, he works 14 hours a day. Why? He already has money. He already has fame. Because his goal was never money. It was impact. He planted millions of trees, cleaned oceans, fed the hungry, changed lives. He turned giving into power. And that's where you're failing. Your goals are too small, like you. You want a car. He wanted to change the world. You want comfort. He wanted purpose. You want easy. He wanted legendary. That's why he wins, and you don't. If you feel tired today, it's not because you're working too hard, it's because your why is too weak. Fix your why, and you fix your life. Now look around you. Who are you with? Who do you talk to? What do you discuss? Because success is not a solo game. He built a team, a group of killers, people who think like him, work like him, dream like him. They live together, work together, breathe YouTube 24/7. Their conversations, not gossip, not nonsense, strategy, thumbnails, psychology, attention. They were obsessed. That's the word, obsessed. And if you're not obsessed, you're already losing. Let me say it again. Talent is cheap, obsession is expensive, and most of you can't afford it because it costs time, comfort, sleep, freedom, everything. Now let's talk about truth, the dark side, the part nobody shows you. There were days he didn't see sunlight, weeks, lost in work, stress, pressure, fear. Every dollar he made, he risked again. One bad video could destroy everything. Imagine that pressure. Can you handle it? Can you risk everything again and again? Most of you play safe. That's why you stay small. He played dangerous. That's why he became unstoppable. Now look in the mirror. Be honest. Are you a contender or just a pretender? Do you work when it's hard or only when it's easy? Do you push limits or run from them? Because success doesn't care about your excuses. It rewards action, only action. The world is full of talented failures, people who had potential, but no discipline, no obsession, no fire. Don't be one of them. Don't be average. Because average is crowded. Average is forgotten. Average is safe, and safe kills dreams. Now listen carefully. This is your wake-up call. Stop waiting. Stop thinking. Stop doubting. Start moving. Start building. Start suffering. Because the gap between you and success is sacrifice. You can't dream big and work small. It doesn't work. It never will. He didn't wait for the right time. He created it. He didn't knock on doors. He broke them and built new ones. So what's your excuse? No money. He had none. No support. He had none. No results. He waited years. Your excuses are lies. Lies your fear tells your ambition. Burn them. Destroy them. Move forward. Because at the end, there are only two types of people. Those who watch the story and those who write it. Which one are you? Decide. Right now, not tomorrow, not later, now. Because the throne, it's empty, and it's waiting for someone crazy enough to take it. This is your moment. This is your chance. This is your war. Stay focused, stay obsessed, and never, ever settle for average.